So today we're going to solve the questions on chapter 7. The longest recorded jump by a kangaroo covered a distance of 45 feet. This is 3 and 3 out of 4 times the longest jump from a standing position by a human. Find the length of the longest jump from a standing position by a human. So, this is 3 out of 4 times the longest jump from a standing position by a human. So 3 out of 4 times stands for multiply. The longest jump from a standing position by a human will be denoted by n, which is the missing fraction or mixed number that we have to find, equals 45 feet. And that was the longest recorded jump by a kangaroo covered a distance of 45 feet. So therefore, n, which is the length of the longest jump from a standing position by a human, is equal to 45 divided by 3 out of 4. Now we know that we cannot divide by a mixed number, so we have to change the mixed number into an improper fraction as shown on the right. So 3 out of 4 becomes 15 out of 4. And then here we have to find the reciprocal, which is 4 out of 15. And now you will see why. So this is equal to 45 divided by 15 out of 4. Now again, we do not divide, we have to multiply, and the divisor is changed into its reciprocal. So then we will have 45 multiplied by 4 out of 15. Now here we can see that 45 and 15 are both divisible by 5, also by 15, so we're going to divide them by 15. 15 divided by 15 gives me 1, and 45 divided by 15 gives me 3. So I'm left with 3 times 4 equals 12 feet. Therefore, the length of the longest jump from a standing position by a human is 12 feet, while that of a kangaroo is 45 feet. Question 2. Amal's bones make up 1 out of 5 of her body weight. In total, she weighs 158.5 pounds. So how much do her bones weigh? So we just need to know the weight of her bones. So we have 1 out of 5 of her body weight, which means 1 out of 5 of stands for multiply, and her body weight is given as 158.5 pounds. Here again, if you can see, we cannot multiply by a mixed number, so we usually change it into an improper fraction as shown. So 158.5 becomes 317 out of 2. So 1 out of 5 multiplied by 317 out of 2. Here we multiply the numerators by themselves and the denominators by themselves. So 1 times 317 is 317, and 5 times 2 is 10. This is an improper fraction, so we have to divide to change it into a mixed number. So we get 317 divided by 10 will give me 31 remainder 7. When we want to write this as a mixed number, the quotient is usually the whole number, the remainder is the numerator, and the divisor is the denominator. So therefore, Amal's bones weigh 31.7 out of 10 pounds. Number 3. The total weight of all of the insects in the world is about 7 out of 20 of a billion tons. The total weight of all humans is about 1/3 of this amount. So we need to find the total weight of all humans. So the total weight of all humans is about 1 out of 3 of this amount. So here the total weight of all humans is the unknown, and we will say it is n. 1 out of 3 of means multiply, and this amount denotes 7 out of 20. So we're going to multiply 1 out of 3 by 7 out of 20. Again, here when we multiply the numerators by themselves and the denominators by themselves. So 1 times 7 gives me 7, and 3 times 20 gives me 60. So the answer is 7 out of 60. So the total weight of all humans is about 7 out of 60 billion tons. Question number 4. Candace said, I'm thinking of a fraction. If I divided it by 2.5, I get 3 out of 11. What fraction was Candace thinking of? So here she said, what fraction? So what fraction will be denoted by n? Divided by, of course, is division. 2.5 gives me, which means equals, to 3 out of 11. Now again here, before we work, we cannot divide or multiply by a mixed number, so we have to change the mixed number into an improper fraction as shown. So the 2.5 becomes 5 out of 2. So here we have n divided by 5 out of 2 equals 3 out of 11. Again, as we said earlier, so n will be equal to 5 out of 2 multiplied by 3 out of 11. Multiply the numerators alone, denominators alone. 5 times 3 is 15, and 2 times 11 is 22. So the number she was thinking of is 15 out of 22. So 15 out of 22 was the fraction that Candace thought of.
So number 5. It's a surprise I came. 1 teaspoon is 1/3 of a tablespoon. A bread recipe calls for 2 tablespoons of yeast. How many teaspoons is this?
So here, if you can see, a teaspoon is a small spoon and the tablespoon is a bigger spoon. So we can say the teaspoon is the spoon you usually stir the sugar inside a teacup, and the tablespoon is usually the spoon you eat with. So they said 1 teaspoon is equal to 1/3 of a tablespoon. TSP stands for teaspoon and TBSP stands for tablespoon. Therefore, 2 tablespoons are equal to 2 divided by 1 out of 3.
Yes.
So we don't divide, so we have to find the reciprocal. Reciprocal of 1 out of 3 is 3 out of 1, or we can just say it is 3.
3.
So we will have 2 multiplied by 3 equals 6 teaspoons. Therefore, 2 tablespoons is equal to 6 teaspoons.
Oh, yeah, that's big, all right.